Today, the moon is in Leo, and Leo is all about sharing and shining and creativity and self-expression. And yesterday, I was sharing the soul lessons of Leo, the zodiac sign. So today, I thought we would dive in with 3 ways to express your creativity when the moon is in Leo and Mercury is retrograde. So, how do you share and shine and live out loud and express yourself when Mercury is retrograde, muddling everything up? So, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Saturday, December 30th. We are almost at the end of the year. And of course, in this YouTube channel, we talk about self-care, astrology for unshakable self-care. And so how the planets can help us remember what is important, remember how to take care of ourselves, and the profoundness of and importance of that process of self-care and what it looks like when the moon goes through its different signs, when we go through different moon cycles. So self-care is all about taking care of ourselves so we can be productive, creative, contributing, active, joyful members of society and be happy and enjoy ourselves while we're doing it, right? So stepping into our whole self wellness, that sense of not just well-being in body, but also body, mind, spirit, emotion, all parts of us, all dimensions of who we are. So as we are getting toward the end here of 2023, the moon is in Leo and it is waning from last week's Cancer full moon. So that waning moon is about integrating, processing, and at the same time, we have Mercury retrograde taking us inward. So when Mercury is retrograde, things get muddled because we're supposed to be working things out inwardly. So when we try to push them forward, when we try to go forward and move ahead and take action on things, we're going to experience perhaps some frustration, right? So, because we are being invited to review, rethink, redo. So we're going back over old territory as Mercury travels backward through the zodiac where it is right now. So that Mercury retrograde is taking us inward into an inner experience. As we process things, we feel them inwardly. And when the moon's in Leo, it's the moon is waning, right? It's getting smaller. That means we are integrating, we are digesting what was revealed around the full moon, and all of that harkens back to what we put in motion during the Sagittarius new moon, which was the new moon that began the current moon cycle, which goes from new moon to the next new moon. So with that Sagittarius new moon, we began this new chapter. This chapter, the Sagittarius new moon, is about reflecting on our beliefs, our bigger picture of understanding what is important to us, thinking about the big picture and what it is we are going for in terms of where we're headed. When you anchor your wishes, right? And shoot for that star that is calling to you out there in the cosmos and in the next phase of your life. What it is that is calling to you is what gives meaning to your life. And so that is what we are connecting with throughout this moon cycle. So we go through the different moon signs as we work through the different parts of that cycle. We had the full moon in Cancer, which brought us into the place of processing our feelings and our emotions as we feel things, again, very inwardly. With the Cancer full moon, even though it's a big and bright moon, we are feeling that bigness and that brightness on the inside as we process what is moving and shifting inside of us. And that now the moon has gone into Leo, and Leo is about creativity and self-expression. So how do we do that when we are focused inwardly? I've got 3 ways here for you to support your creative process during Mercury retrograde and with the moon in Leo. So first of all, you want to be thinking about not the finished product, but what it is you can explore. So explore is a great word for this, a key word for this moon cycle. Sagittarius is the energy of traveling, of journeys, of adventures, and ways of exploring beyond boundaries. So in your creative process, go ahead and explore, right? Try new things, go in new directions, experiment, have fun. And that's so the first of the 3 ways to support your creative process during Mercury retrograde is to explore, and the second one is to experiment. So kind of going together here. So experiment, again, trying things out, playing with the material, and creative process for you could be some art that you're working on. It could be playing with your work. Whatever your work is, there's some creative process involved in it. And so experimenting within that, it could be writing, it could be singing, it could be dancing, some way of moving, whether it's your work or something fun, a hobby, something you want to work on so if it's creative, it feels good to do it. Because when you create, you end up with something. You get something as a result of your efforts and your input of energy. So number 1 was explore. Number 2 is experiment. Try new things. Get outside the box. Play. Leo is nothing if not playful. So it loves that energy of being playful, and play is a great way to try things out, have fun. Again, you get the idea here. Don't be super attached to the outcome, because when we experiment, there's something to learn. You might goof it up. It may not come out the way you want. That's okay. That's great. It's part of the creative process. It is that you get to redo. And that brings us to number 3, which is do and redo. So we've got number 1, explore, number 2, experiment, and number 3 is do and redo. So again, so much don't be attached to what it is you're creating. It's not supposed to fit in a box. It's not supposed to achieve an objective. It is supposed to be fun and experimental, and you get to do it and then you get to redo it. And that's the beauty of that Leo energy. And especially with Mercury retrograde, we want to be thinking about what it is we have to learn as we work through this process of playing and experimenting and exploring creatively, and how that informs us inwardly. So what it is we're learning, what we're getting out of it, what is moving us, what we are channeling or responding to or feeling, and then expressing. So play, have fun. You get to do it, and then you get to redo it, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it. It's fine. Either way, you're learning something, and you get to do it again, and that is the fun part. So if you are a little kid and you get to try something, and you're building something in your sandbox, and it comes out and you have fun with it for a little while. And then what do? You kick it over, you destroy it, you mow it down, right? That's part of the fun. And then you get to build something new. So think about it that way. So that is those are my thoughts for 3 ways to support your creative process with Mercury retrograde, with that moon in Leo, and whatever is you are learning at this at this point in the cycle is requires a little bit of playfulness and experimentation. Don't be attached, but do it, right? Give yourself time for creative processes and for experimenting and being playful. All right, I'm Marina Ormes, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I'm going to be sharing with you tomorrow, as promised. Tomorrow is the last day of 2023, and as we prepare for the new year, I've been sharing some videos with you about what to expect in 2024, what the planets have to tell us about a new story for humanity, and so much more with Pluto going into Aquarius. You can review, there's a good Mercury retrograde word, review my videos of the astrology of 2024. Some great material in there. If you missed it, definitely catch up there. And tomorrow I'll be sharing in particular, as promised, some more information about election day. What is the vibe of this big, feels like yet another momentous election for the United States in this big, long-term, very painful process that we are going through in the bigger picture of history as we evolve and become what we don't yet know. That is what we're doing. We're giving birth to new possibilities that we haven't yet been or done or seen. So so scary times, but also potentially highly creative times. So come back tomorrow with more on the astrology of election day and further thoughts about what the planets are doing in 2024 and how we can make the most of it and feel empowered through our self-care, feel empowered to ride these waves instead of feeling overwhelmed by them. So, so many different ways we can think about things. So I'll give you that positive perspective and positive spin on what is happening and how you can use it for your own self-care. All right. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Check out my work at astrologyheals.com. I've got one-on-one sessions. Sign up now. My rates are going to be going up after the first of the year. So this is a great time to book that time with me if you've been thinking about it. And I hope to see you in person. People have been really loving getting to sit down with me, and I'm live. I'm not just on a video, and I get to talk to you and engage with you and answer your questions. And we absolutely have a blast looking at your chart and talking about your life and how you can make the most of it and, really live according to that deeper sense of meaning and purpose and the truth within that it is revealed through your chart. So book time with me at astrologyheals.com, either in a one-on-one session or in a package of sessions where we can really dive deep and get to know each other a little better and work with your chart in depth to really apply it in your life. Check it out. All right, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Starting tomorrow and every day after that with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.